Welcome to the Shine Speakeasy, the quiet corner of the dance mom world where we trade perfection for presence. This is where we exhale, reflect, and remember that showing up, just as we are, is more than enough. I've been a comp mom for a few years now, and if there's one thing I've learned is that we need a room like this. I sent out a back to studio survey to dance moms this summer, and one thing that came through loud and clear: keeping up with the new schedule. That's what we're diving into today. If you're feeling like the calendar is running your life instead of the other way around, or that you're already behind and the season just started, you're not alone. This episode is going to give you both permission and practical tools to find a rhythm that works for you. It always boils down to the first few weeks feeling like a juggling act. Practices shift, carpools multiply, teachers change, and suddenly we find ourselves asking, did I already pay for that costume? What time is pickup? And wait, when are we supposed to eat dinner? From the survey, I heard that schedules, especially new ones, often feel impossible. For others, it's the driving that's wearing them down. And for others, they're just managing, but realizing that their needs are always coming last. So, do you hear yourself in those words? Because I do. I'm raising my hand right now. And here's the truth: this is not just about time, it's about identity. When our schedule is out of control, we start to feel out of control. Our days get hijacked by everyone else's needs. Our own priorities and energy, they often fall to the bottom of the list, and slowly we stop showing up as us. So let's start by naming it. This is hard. Not because you're doing it wrong, but because this season is built to stretch moms thin. And that acknowledgement alone gives you permission to start looking for a healthier way. Here's where I want to shift the frame. Don't think of this as building a routine. Instead, think of it as finding your rhythm. I love finding the meaning and having the meaning of a word really set my alignment and set my pace. When we look at the word routine, it implies that everything is predictable. And spoiler alert, in dance mom life, it's not. Rhythm, however, accepts the ebb and flow. Some nights it's dinner at the table, other nights it's a drive-through and fries in the car, and both count. So instead of aiming for perfect balance, ask yourself, what rhythm can I realistically hold right now? And I love the phrasing of this sentence because it's talking about right now. So this is acknowledging that that rhythm is going to change. So here are some ways to do that. Anchor yourself to one non-negotiable ritual, habit, action, whatever you want to call it, each day. Maybe it's your morning coffee before everyone wakes up. Maybe it's 5 minutes of quiet before bed. Pick one thing that you protect fiercely. You want to use a visual cue for your rhythm. A wall calendar, a whiteboard, even sticky notes on the fridge. Don't keep it all in your head, because that is where the overwhelm grows. Give yourself permission to opt out. Sometimes the healthiest rhythm is saying no to one more carpool, one more sign up, or one more yes when you're already stretched thin. When you move from routine to rhythm, the chaos stops feeling like failure. It just becomes part of the beat you're dancing to. Perfect example. Balancing everything and getting into the new year, the new season, is overwhelming for us sometimes, right? And even for me, if I'm posting and I'm creating content to help fellow dance moms, It's okay for me to understand that there is a rhythm in which there's going to be a day where I just can't post. When you move from routine to rhythm, the chaos stops feeling like failure and it just becomes part of the beat that you're dancing to. There's no failure here. And that's important for us as dance moms because we often internalize and feel an overwhelming sense of guilt when we feel like we failed. Let's talk strategy because I know you don't want just encouragement. You want things that work when you're tired and on the go. So let's go through a few simple tips or hacks and feel free to share yours in the comments that help us dance moms through some of the major difficulties that we face every single day, every single week. Dinner and snack hacks. Keep a car picnic bin with things like wraps, cheese sticks, cut fruit, and trail mix. So dinner in the car doesn't feel like chaos. One of the things that I do, swear by, get you an electric lunchbox. Once you figure out a few simple things that your dancer likes, it's easy to make sure that that food is cooked before you leave the house. And then whenever you're ready to heat it up, you can heat it up in your car, you can heat it up at the studio. Get you one of those. It's just going to be helpful to have when you're in a pinch and you want something warm for your dancer. Double cook. If you make pasta on Monday, make extra to repurpose on Wednesday, maybe for a baked pasta or just putting in a lunchbox thermos, or like I said, the electric lunchbox. Think, is there something that I can do today that's going to help me or my dancer a little later on through the week? We also want to make sure that we're using the things that are available to make life a lot easier. So grab that rotisserie chicken. It is not cheating, it's saving your sanity. And there are a lot of different ways that you can incorporate that as a meal for your dancer. One of the more major irritations for me personally is driving. I'm always looking for new ways and new things to ensure that that drive time is utilized to the best of its ability. We want to make sure that car time counts. It's important to have positive, good energy, or even just energy that settles you if you need. Create at least 2 playlists, one that your dancer loves and one that fuels you. For me personally, if I want to feel more energized, I'm feeling a little bit down, I might put on the 90s playlist so that I can rock out, groove, and be transported back to a easier, breezier time frame. However, if I'm in a pensive mood and I just want to chill and have mental space, I'll put on lo-fi, easy instrumental music where the rhythms and the beats are melodic and interesting, but they don't take away from the thoughts going through my brain that I need to process. You also want to build in time or connection. Ask your dancer to share one win from practice or from their day at school. These tiny check-ins matter more than the big sit-down talks. And if your dancer is anything like mine, it's in the car where we have some of the most serious conversations. Scheduling hacks. Try a 15-minute sync. Map your carpools, plan out a loose outline of what your meals will look like for the week, and appointments so that you can start the week grounded. What I've started to do just to feel a better sense of organization is going through my dancer's bag, cleaning out anything that needs to be removed, making sure that she has everything we need for the week ahead. It helps. I also have started doing that with my backpack. Taking that time to schedule organization or meals or just looking at your calendar is going to save you throughout the week. Post a cheat board at your house. Think of this as emergency dinners, go-to carpools, and your just-in-case bag checklist. You want to have those things readily accessible for when you need them. I'm kind of a bag lady. I will have a couple bags on me because I spend a lot of time with my dancer and at the studio. I've had to pack an extra bag that just has medicine in it. If I have a headache like I did last night at the studio, I have my Tylenol, I have my electrolytes that I can take. You just want to make sure that you're keeping things on you and in places that you can use them when you need them. Your mindset tools are so super key. One mom shared in the survey that affirmations help her recenter. In those moments where you feel like you're spiraling or a sense of overwhelm, you can try an affirmation like, I'm not behind. I'm building our season step by step, and that's enough. This makes me think about moms right now who are trying to figure out what costumes to get. Should I go with this one? Should I go with that one? Should I go with fringe? Are we going with feathers? And it can be overwhelming. But when we take a breath and we use a mantra, an affirmation like this, I am not behind. I'm building our season step by step, and that's enough. It makes each moment, each page flipped through the costume catalog worthwhile. It's leading to something better. So just take it in moment by moment, and once that perfect costume comes along, it will all be okay. Find one that works for you and allow that affirmation to center you in those moments when you need it most. At night, jot down one thing that you did well, even if it's as simple as we made it to practice on time. That counts. Give yourself a win for that. One thing that struck me is that moms want support that feels real. Some said prayer grounds them. Others said podcasts help them feel less alone. Some admitted they don't use any tools yet, but they're open. Here's what I want to tell you. You're not supposed to hold this alone. Dance life wasn't meant to be a solo sport for moms. That's why I created the Shine Squad, not to pile on another checklist, but to create a place where moms remind each other that you matter too. It's about encouragement, not perfection, sisterhood, not survival mode. The Shine Squad is free. If you're interested in it, check the link in the description below. Here's a rhythm starter kit you can take from today's episode. Choose one ritual that's just for you. Write it down, protect it. Pick one shortcut that saves you time, whether it's frozen meals or asking for a carpool favor, let it be enough. And give yourself credit out loud. Say, I've managed a hard week, because managing doesn't mean failing. It means you kept going, even when it wasn't perfect. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm already tired, and the season has just started, take a deep breath. You're not behind. You're not the only one struggling. The goal isn't to conquer the chaos. The goal is to find a rhythm you can actually live inside of. Thanks for stepping into the Speak Easy with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.